Hi everyone, I am Kancho Albert Venter, and today we're going to have a look at a concept that we in Tokon Shotokan Karate refer to as Dogi Uke Zuki. Dogi Uke Zuki is your ability to block and strike at the very same time. Now, Dogi Uke Zuki is rarely used in competition scenarios, whereas if you were to do the block and strike at exactly the same time at a high speed, your scoring point might not be as visible as usual. However, Dogi Uke Zuki is a very effective street fighting technique. And it's one of the oldest traditional Shotokan techniques. It does work and is very, very devastating. So today, we're going to have a look at what Dogi Uke Zuki is. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple of blocks with strikes simultaneously. Then we're going to have a look at how Dogi Uke Zuki is applied in a defensive situation, then how it's applied in an offensive situation, and then we're just going to put a couple of them together like a sequence of 3 or 4 Dogi Uke Zuki techniques in driving our enemy away from us. Okay, so now let's have a look at how Dogi Uke Zuki is done or executed, and also in the way that it's normally practiced within the Tokon Shotokan Karate clubs. Now remember, it's a combination of blocking and striking. Agu-uke will start from here. Soto-uke will be from here. Genan-barai will be from here. Same as Taisho-uke, Taisho-otoshi, and Tsukui-uke. Now those are just a few of the thousands of blocks that are out there, but they can be combined and they can be used successfully. Now as we're working on Dogi Uke Zukis, you have to remember and keep in mind that a block can be a strike as well. It's the same with striking. A strike can be used as a block. Now you can use a block as a strike and a strike as a block, or you can combine them to get to a multitude of effective techniques that you might need as a street fighter. Okay, we're going to use Dogi Uke Zuki as a defensive technique against 3 different attacks. We'll start with my giri, him attacking me, Mawashi giri, and then a basic Koizuki punch. Starting with my giri, it'll look something like this. Moving over to Mawashi giri, and then moving over to Koizuki punch. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Dogi Uke Zuki as an offensive technique, where my blocks become strikes. So in effect, I'll be doing 2 strikes instead of blocking and striking. With my opponent standing still first, I'll illustrate Agu-uke, Uchi-uke, and Genan-barai as Dogi Uke Zuki techniques. Agu-uke will look something like this. Uchi-uke will have this feeling to it. And Genan-barai will look something like this. Now when you take a look at your katas, you will realize that Dogi Uke Zuki techniques are very cleverly hidden inside all of the katas. If we were to take one, we'll take Haien Sandan, because it's the most obvious. Haien Sandan will begin from here. The kata begins as a defense, with the opponent attacking Koizuki punch, me blocking Uchi-uke, and from there, Dogi Uke Zuki is applied. Okay, so let's take a look at the combination of Dogi Uke Zukis. So in this case, we'll do 4 or more as an offensive technique, driving my opponent away from me. So we will allow him to do a hook strike for the head, to which I will start the Dogi Uke Zukis rolling inside into him, driving him towards the ground. It'll look something like this. Now remember, Dogi Uke Zuki is the term that we in Tokon Shotokan Karate use for these sequence of techniques. And the names may differ from style to style, but the basics generally stays the same. The more you practice it, the more effective this technique will be on the Kumite floor or as a street fighting technique.